And sometimes your message is more important than your fear or how you're feeling in that moment. And you have to let that drive you. So really putting down a mission or a vision, because you really have to love what you're doing, especially in entrepreneurship.
Tell me about a time when things weren't working your way. Everything just seemed to be falling apart. Nothing seemed to be going right. What did you do to get through it and over it? Tell me about that time.
I feel like I have those days very often. I think as an entrepreneur, just even within the last 24 hours, we launched something, nothing turned out the way we thought it would. It's been a year since we've released our product, and we were really focused on supporting our community during this time, and now we're ready to pivot back, and we feel like everybody's ready for the pivot. And it's so interesting because you can feel like you have everything in place and then everything goes wrong. So that's happened to me quite a few times. And what ends up happening for me is sometimes I just pay attention to signs, and I just feel like, there are things that happen. For example, I could be feeling a certain way about my business, and then all of a sudden I would get this amazing review about how I've touched somebody's life. Okay, this is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, and this is why I need to keep going. And sometimes your message is more important than your fear or how you're feeling in that moment, and you have to let that drive you. So really putting down a mission or a vision, because you really have to love what you're doing, especially in entrepreneurship. If you don't, you're gonna have a really, really hard time. If you're only doing it for the money, that's not gonna sustain you. You have to have a reason beyond why you're doing what you're doing, because that's what's gonna keep you going, and it's gonna get you through the day, because it is very much an emotional roller coaster, especially over this past year, when you see colleagues of yours, their businesses may be closing, or, things not working out in your favor. Just simple things. It comes up every single day. It's not something that you can avoid. It's learning how to navigate all of that and be more solution oriented. And then I think also really important to make space for your feelings, because it's telling you something. So I think, like, in the amount of years that I've been doing this, one thing I've learned is not to personalize anything. A lot of times when you're doing business with people, they are in a fear space as well, or just they're in a fear space, and they will respond to you in that way. And so if you just listen to yourself and recognize, hey, this has nothing to do with me. This person is responding this way, or, there's just a multitude of reasons. I feel like those are the things that sometimes I just pick up the phone and call that person. So one of the big things I think that gets me through it is relationship building. That's really, really important, and that includes yourself. Like, you need to have a relationship with yourself. You have to be very in tune with yourself, and you need to listen to what is bothering you, or what's giving you anxiety, or what's making you feel like a sense of fear. And that's how you can push through, because that's the personal growth stuff. How you grow as a person is only as far as you're going to grow in your business. So I hope that's helpful.
No, it is. And I got two things from that. I got one, you said, don't let your fear drive you, let your message or your purpose drive you, and to don't personalize. That's a big one. One that I'm personally still trying to master. And that's also, I think, in the 4 agreements. I think that's a chapter in itself. But yeah, that's a big one. That's nuggets right there. Always dropping gems, of course. I'm Corey Kareem, and my motto is faith, love, and persistence. All I wish to offer is perspective. Thank you for your time and your attention. Peace and love.